So, good afternoon, dear friends. Welcome to Ukraine Media Center. We are supported by the Ministry of Defense of Ukraine and Ministry of Internal Affairs of Ukraine. And today we have an extremely important briefing. Now we have online our national team for Invictus games. We all see them on our screens. Welcome, dear friends. Can you hear us? Yeah. Hello. Now I would like to introduce the first speaker, Inna Drukhanchuk, Deputy Minister for Veterans Affairs. Inna, you're welcome. Could you please tell us what's happening now, how our team is going, how you're met there? We all seen those incredible rounds of applause wherever our team has been. We already see first victories, so we are proud of our team members, our sportsmen. Could you please tell us about the situation there? Good afternoon, dear friends. There is a sports competition, and at the same time there is an information competition. This is one of the most important components, which was one of the reasons for us to come for that competition. In addition to sports victories, our team win the right to share the truth, to disseminate the truth, to tell everybody present here about what's happening in Ukraine, how terrible this Russia's war against Ukraine is. So we are somehow on the front line, but truth, not just the sports tools, but truth is our tool, our weapon, which we use to tell about our country. Of course, we have our medals, and we are more glad than ever to win those. Those are about our victories, and each small victory becomes part of a big victory for us, and we try to achieve it with our joint efforts. But our main task is to share information about Taira, Yuliia Paievska, whom we have been trying to save in every way possible. The situation about Mariupol, we tell colleagues about how important it is for everybody to get involved, irrespective of their status or position. We are telling how we are not allowed to establish a humanitarian corridor to evacuate our residents and our wounded military and their families. So there are basically many front lines. So as I say, they're not only about sports arena. So it's very difficult to describe everything in one single statement. What is our mission when we are here? But actually all our team members and all the accompanying team work as one. We are agents of change from Ukraine here in the international venue. Everybody is proud, and it actually inspires a lot. It inspires more than ever. So that's briefly and emotionally it. Thank you, Inna. I would like to introduce the national coordinator for Invictus Games, Oksana Gorbach. Ms. Gorbach, could you please tell us about the emotional situation of the team and how they welcome you there? Welcome, everybody. I can tell you that the team is at a difficult time because, leaving Ukraine when there is war in Ukraine, and team members were in various situations, like more than 50% of our team are in the military, and they're within the armed forces of Ukraine or territorial defense or National Guard. So to leave Ukraine, to get into a situation where sakuras are blossoming, magnolias are blossoming, it's peaceful life around. It's not easy for anybody who leaves the combat area, especially when it happens just in several days. So I understand that physically our team is here, but on their mind and their emotion, they're not here. They're there with their comrades in arms, brothers and sisters in arms, where the combat action takes place. So it's not that easy for us to be here emotionally, but we understand what we are doing here as a team. And I can tell you that the spirits of our team, we have always had strong spirit, because Invictus values include the values, liability, support for each other, mutual support. Those values have always been strongly maintained in our team, but now they have been even stronger. The spirit of our team is to support each other, to carry out our mission, our responsibility for this trip, and this spirit is very strong. Everybody contributes to the maximum to the victory in all fronts. So without much training, practically without any significant training in media interaction and information area, still all members of our team have been speaking with top leaders, top officials, with various people, with various nations about Ukraine, about the military action in Ukraine, about support Ukraine needs to win this war. So our spirit is very strong, and I see it when I look how they enter the field of competition. For a month and a half, practically, people did not train in any way, but they have their strength of mind, and they enter the competition, and they win, first of all, by showing that position, that this is Ukraine, very strong, very proud country, which will not surrender, which is fighting for its freedom, for the right to decide about its fate and its own. And we win the victory, but the competition is not that easy. Others have come well trained, well prepared, unlike the Ukrainian team. But anyway, Ukraine contributes everything and wins over all those fronts. I think this is also a very positive story for Ukrainian people who watch our team, because those victories can be translated, so to say, into other aspects, and it supports emotionally our team when we see that we can bring this positive result to Ukraine, show something positive to the Ukrainian people who look at our guys, and people understand that wherever you put those guys and girls, they will defend the honor of their country. And that's the spirit we have when entering all competitions. That's our task, and we are implementing it. In a week, we are to get back home to our respective positions where we serve at home. Yes, Oksana, that's exactly the case. I have to say that we are extremely proud of all participants of Invictus Games. We have been watching all your victories. We have already seen victories of our athletes, our jumpers, and those in thrusting. Maybe I will give the floor to our people, Rodion Sidnikov, who won the gold medal yesterday, our shooters who won silver today, so let's give them the floor. Yes, friends, we are extremely proud of you, so please, can you tell us how it happened? Welcome, everybody. You're welcome with your questions. I know that you have won the first gold medal for your team. How important it was for you? I understand that it has been important for us, but did you have the aim of getting the gold for your team? Well, I believe that our team has started at a very good level, and with a very good note, so to say, and I believe that the whole music, the whole song will also be good, very good, and we'll finish with a good note, a good tune again. I just participated and contributed my bit. I did what I could do, and it went how it went. It went in great ways. Thank you. Maybe somebody else from the team can say something. Glory to Ukraine, glory to heroes. Today, our shooting team finished after 2 days of competition, and we won silver medal as a team. it would be possible to get higher, but we just lacked some training a bit. But everybody is happy. We enjoy complete understanding of our supporting teams. They understand how difficult it is in moral terms, and basically we have been satisfied. We have worked in a good way. We have done a good job, and we did it. Thank you very much. Congratulations. Indeed, we understand that only due to your very strong spirit you can win. Ina, Oksana, could you please tell us, as far as I understand, daughter of Taira, of Yuliia Paievska, participates in those competitions. Could you please tell us, as far as I understand, she decided to do it to replace her mother in that competition. First of all, I'd like to say that for us as a team, even long before leaving Ukraine, it was very important for us to make every effort to get Taira released from prison. We interacted with the Ministry for Veterans Affairs as well as other agencies involved in recovering our prisoners. And actually, in those several weeks, we were waiting to see how those negotiations would develop. And now we understand that we need a strong public campaign in order to draw public attention to this issue of Taira becoming prisoner of war. Because, without this publicity, there was the threat of some physical killing or some torturing her in courts. And to release her, it's important to draw attention from the international community, of the media, to create international pressure on those decision makers in her case. And we as a team have various opportunities, because we are on this platform where we have 20 nations with huge media presence, with huge attention to Ukraine. And that's why when we were planning this trip, we immediately understood that we want to see her family. We spoke with her husband and her daughter. Unfortunately, her husband was unable to come here, but her daughter was able, and she has been here since the very first day. We have her involved in all our activities. She was on the scene with our team on the Parade of Nations. And Taira is always with us in all our activities, in embassies, at the opening, in sports competitions. Taira is always with us. We tell what she is, what happened to her, and we call on people to help in getting her released. We have another loss in our team. Our Dima Sidoruk, our archer trainer, it happened less than 2 weeks ago, and this wound is still recent, and it's very difficult to talk about it. And when we were coming here, it was very important for us to have Dima, to have Dmitry with us, for people to understand. She was communicating with us until the 4th of April. She wanted to go here. She was ready to go, but he died the next day. So we have his photo with us, and we have information banners always with us. And at the opening ceremony, there were 2 empty places. They were very, very well visible when there was full audience, and there were 2 empty seats. Our team has lost 2 members, and nothing can fill those holes. We have to get Taira back, but unfortunately Dmitry is not with us. But there was something that helped us live through this loss. We spoke with our president, and he said that one can see Dmitry in how our team acts. In each and every competition, we can see part of Dima, because he contributed all his soul into whatever he was doing. into those guys and gals. And it was very strong in my mind. And I feel it this way, you know, the way our sportsmen act is some reflection of how Dmitry trained us. That's part of his soul. That's part of his work. So in all our activities, we always mention him, and he's always with us because we have his photo with us. And this is some part of that respect we have for those team members we have lost. Unfortunately, we have lost not only those, we also have other casualties, other losses. Dmitro Linik, who was in Warriors games, and those who performed in selection. You know, it's difficult to explain even how difficult it is to lose those people. We spent a lot of time with them. You feel them like a family. So it's very important for us that the whole world should see that, first of all, we request support in releasing Taira, Yuliia Paievska, in creating humanitarian corridor for Mariupol. We need support, military support, humanitarian support, financial support, stricter sanctions. That's what we want to see from those nations participating in Invictus games. Anna Pazanova participates in all our activities. She's shooting now, she's got to finals, and she's fighting for bronze medal. I believe that when her mother sees it after she's released, she will be sincerely very glad to see that there was somebody to replace her in those competitions. Every time Anna is shooting, somebody would ask, who is this girl? And we would answer, she's the daughter of Taira. Who is Taira? She's a Ukrainian medic who is now a prisoner of war. What can we do to get her released? We can talk to our politicians. We can tell the story on social media. And in that way, we'll create some information space where everybody would understand that we have to get Taira released, and maybe it finally will get to the people who make decisions on her case. Oksana, we understand that now media's attention is focused on our team, but do you feel support from those involved in organization of those competitions, or from teams who are competing against ours in those games? Do you have this feeling that we are supported by the whole international community? Well, I would like to add to what Oksana said, that we never have any one meeting, be it at the highest level, with prime ministers, with Prince Harry, with our colleagues from other agencies, or they would all know about our loss, about Dmitro and about Taira. They're all well aware, and it means that our information campaign, our awareness campaign, and all those things we have done to share information about our position, about our coming here, means that we have chosen the right way. Now about the support from average late people. When our aircraft was landing in Amsterdam, the crew wished our victory, and there was an announcement that there was a Ukrainian team traveling on board this aircraft, and everybody welcomed our team and wished us victories on all fronts. So, you know, it's even before our meetings with those colleagues from various countries, and we feel it so strongly. You know, even in the streets, local residents would meet our team members and invite for tea to their home. So the residents of The Hague invite our people, like at 8 p.m., invite them to talk in the kitchen, to have some tea, to ask about Ukraine. You understand, it's not about politics. It's just, you know, opening your home's doors to bring good tea to those people on whom they see the flag of Ukraine, and to speak with them. I'd also like to add that for Invictus platform, you know, there was second day of our trip, there was a reception in the U.S. Embassy, and we spent quite some time in traffic jams, so we were late by maybe half an hour for another official ceremony organized by the mayor of The Hague and Minister of Defense of the Netherlands, so we were half a minute late, and they did not start this event for half an hour because the Ukrainian team has not come as yet. And somebody told us that there was some car or convoy, including Prince Harry and his wife Meghan Markle, and nobody would start that event because everybody was waiting for a Ukrainian team. When we arrived, security did not let us in because there were those high officials there. I called our trainer who was inside. I told him they don't let us in. And, there was all this, like somebody would run and say, let Ukraine in, let Ukraine in. And then we entered, and people would stand up and applaud, and it repeated many times. Those applauses, those ovations would repeat for many days, and all speakers mentioned their support for Ukraine. It was very strong, and I can tell you that as a team we feel this support. As a team, but also as people who represent the Ukrainian people. And when I speak with various people, everybody supports us, and everybody says something, expressing very good attitude towards Ukraine, expressing hopes for that this terrible war will end soon, and most importantly, they want to help. Members of our other teams approach us and say, if you need accommodation, like I'm in Canada, I'm in the Netherlands, I'm in the UK, maybe somebody needs accommodation, maybe I will be able to accommodate somebody. It's some sort of point support, but it also mentions a lot about supporting Ukraine. I'd also like to add that if other countries' governments would support Ukraine on their respective level, in the same way as their citizens support Ukraine, Ukraine would already have won this war. It's very important to understand it, but unfortunately, at the moment, we have to raise from these communication levels, but believe me, if we would be supported by those governments, we would have won long ago. It's very nice to hear it. Olga, I'm to give the floor to Volodymyr Musiek, the Ukrainian team member. Volodymyr, you're welcome. Good afternoon. Just a couple of words about how teams support us. When there are any competitions, between the competitions, you can go and have some water, drink some water, have rest. But sometimes, people from other teams don't even let us go. They approach us during those breaks, during those pauses, and ask us, please tell us about Ukraine, tell us the truth. Whether our media tell us the truth, whether they don't lie us, they are eager to get some information, and that's an honor for us. They ask us, do you have a flag of Ukraine? Could you please have it in your hand so that we will take a picture with it? So we feel support on all levels. Yes, we understand that your participation in those games and your presence here is extremely important for our country. Now I'd like to ask you whether you have any questions here you'd like to ask. We don't have questions, so I'd like to thank you again for being there. I would like to wish you further victories, and I'd like to tell you again that we're all proud of you and we are watching all your victories. Thank you for being there, and we do hope that indeed we'll manage to get Taira released, because that's extremely important to us. Thank you for finding time and joining us on this online session. Thank you, Olga. See you again, dear friends, and I'd like to remind you that at 3 p.m. in our studio we'll have Alexander Motozianek, the spokesperson of the Ministry of Defense of Ukraine. He'll tell us about the situation at the front line. Thank you. Stay with us.